The hidden shadows of African boarding schools. Modern America High School stood proud and tall in the bustling city of Kano. Known for its flawless academic records, well-manicured lawns, and confident students, it was the pride of the elite. Politicians, business tycoons, and professionals sent their children there, convinced they were receiving the best education. On the outside, it seemed like a perfect school, but behind its glimmering gates was a truth too dark to be ignored. Musa was just 13 when he stepped into the gates of modern America High School. The young boy, shy and timid, was overwhelmed by the grandeur of the school. The sparkling classrooms, the expansive sports fields, and the sophisticated students impressed him. He was excited to begin his journey, unaware of the challenges awaiting him. On his first night in the boarding house, Musa learned the unspoken rules. Senior students ruled the dormitory. They were not just older, they were tyrants. Juniors like Musa were ordered to fetch water, clean shoes, and even wash clothes. Complaining was out of the question. If you tell anyone, you'll regret it, warned a tall senior boy named Yakubu, glaring at Musa with cold eyes. Musa was heartbroken when the seniors demanded his provisions, milk, biscuits, and other treats his mother had lovingly packed. "Hand it over, or you won't sleep tonight," a girl named Halima threatened him. Fearful and helpless, Musa gave them everything. He cried silently, thinking of home. The days turned into weeks, and Musa adjusted to the bullying. He had no choice. Complaints to teachers were met with indifference. Some teachers even seemed to favor the seniors. "Boys will be boys," one teacher had said dismissively when Musa tried to report an incident. But the bullying was not the only problem at modern America High School. Strange things began happening. Some students fell ill without explanation. They complained of severe headaches, sleepless nights, and constant fear. Even the school nurse couldn't understand the illnesses. "Perhaps it's stress," she often said. Musa's dorm mate, Ahmed, was one of the affected students. Ahmed became withdrawn, his eyes hollow, and his body frail. "I see shadows at night," Ahmed whispered to Musa one evening. "They stand by my bed and call my name." Musa shivered, unsure of what to say. Rumors began circulating among the students. Some claimed that a group of teachers and senior students were involved in dark rituals. It was said they initiated students who were not strong in prayer. Those who were initiated either became powerful bullies or fell gravely ill. One evening, Musa heard whispers outside his dormitory. Peering through the window, he saw a group of students, led by a teacher, walking into the forest behind the school. They carried candles and chanted softly. Musa's heart raced. He wanted to tell someone, but who would believe him? As the school prepared for its annual crusade, tensions were high. The crusade was a tradition where students and staff gathered to pray and seek blessings for the school. This year, a renowned man of God, Pastor Ezekiel, was invited. His reputation for exposing evil precedes him. When Pastor Ezekiel arrived, his presence was commanding. He was a tall, middle-aged man with a booming voice and kind eyes. The students, even the seniors, felt uneasy around him. During the first night of the crusade, Pastor Ezekiel preached about the power of light over darkness. "No evil can hide where the light shines," he declared, his voice echoing through the hall. On the second night, things took a dramatic turn. As Pastor Ezekiel prayed for the school, some students began to scream and roll on the floor. Musa watched in shock as a senior girl confessed to participating in rituals. "We were forced by some teachers," she cried, trembling. One by one, more students came forward, revealing the horrors they had endured. They spoke of midnight meetings, blood oaths, and threats. The hall was filled with gasps and sobs as the hidden truth of modern America High School was unveiled. Pastor Ezekiel called for a deliverance session. "Every chain of darkness must be broken tonight," he proclaimed. The atmosphere grew intense as prayers filled the air. Some teachers tried to leave, but they were stopped by security. You will face the truth, Pastor Ezekiel told them sternly. As the prayers continued, even more shocking revelations emerged. A respected teacher, Mr. Solomon, was identified as the leader of the ritual group. Students pointed at him, accusing him of luring them into the darkness. Mr. Solomon, sweating profusely, fell to his knees. "Forgive me," he cried, but his actions had already caused too much damage. The deliverance session lasted all night. Students who had been sick suddenly felt better. Ahmed, Musa's dorm mate, stood up for the first time in weeks. "The shadows are gone," he whispered, tears streaming down his face. The next day, the school was in turmoil. The principal, shocked by the revelations, called for an emergency meeting. Parents were invited, and the truth was laid bare. Many parents wept, horrified by what their children had endured. Modern America High School's reputation was shattered. The authorities stepped in, arresting Mr. Solomon and other teachers involved in the rituals. Senior students who had bullied and harassed juniors were expelled. The school became a crime scene as investigations continued. Pastor Ezekiel didn't leave immediately. He stayed for several days, counseling students and staff. "This school can rise again," he told them. "But only if it stands on the foundation of truth and righteousness." Musa felt a sense of relief and hope. For the first time, he could eat his provisions without fear. The dormitory became a peaceful place, free from bullying and threats. The school underwent significant changes. A new principal was appointed, and strict rules were implemented. Parents formed a committee to monitor the school's activities. The forest behind the school was cleared, and the land was blessed to remove any lingering darkness. Despite the painful memories, modern America High School began to rebuild. Students learned the importance of prayer and standing against evil. Musa, once a timid boy, became a confident leader, encouraging others to speak up and seek help. Years later, the story of modern America High School became a tale of redemption. The school regained its reputation, not for its outward beauty but for its inner strength and resilience. Musa often shared his story, reminding others that no matter how deep the darkness, the light would always prevail. And as he stood proudly on the stage during his graduation, he smiled, knowing that the hidden shadows had been banished forever.